My name is Natali Bremer and I am 22 years old and I study international business at London University and work as a business-to-business consultant. It all started with a book by Carl Jung about personality types, and when I read that book I was hooked. I remember I was 12 years old and that's where my career actually started. I think so, my inspiration within me. So I went to study international business in college in Denmark and studied international business in the US as well. Parallel to that, I was adopted to the Academy for Talented Youth in Denmark and was running for head of student counseling in Denmark as well for the college. And there I was the first woman to actually be head of the student counseling of the school. But that was actually not enough for me. I always wanted to do more in college. I didn't just want to be a student that studied. I wanted to do something that could develop me personally. So I also got headhunted to be a talent ambassador for Deloitte and worked there parallel too as well. So I had quite a lot during college, but it developed me a lot. And after that I took a year where I worked as a junior consultant and a recruiter / headhunter, both for two small companies, because I like working with startup companies because then you really get to be a big fish in a small aquarium, as I always tell, because you really get to make a mark in the company, and I really enjoyed that. After that I moved to Sweden to pursue my dream of studying international business. So I'm studying that as my bachelor and work as a business-to-business consultant. And beside that, I have my own blog where I blog about business and personnel types and psychology and so on. I have received a lot of really amazing advice, or else I wouldn't be standing here today, I believe. But I think the most important advice I have actually received was a teacher I had during college. He was an amazing teacher. He taught me a lot academically, but also personally. He taught me that you have to work with your own personality in order to move forward in your life, to reach your goals. And I think that's the most important advice I have actually received. So today, every day, I try to find out if I get this job or if I go to this school or whatever I do, how can this develop me as a person and not only just my resume. It's important for me that I have ups and downs because you won't know how it is on the top if you've never went down. And I think that's important and that makes you stronger. The app is mainly to help women at every stage of their career to develop, to get network and advice. So I would actually just answer that with asking one question. Why wouldn't it be beneficial? Been searching for other women in there that where you can be able to see what they're doing in their career, getting sort of inspiration, but also look up what kind of questions is it that women actually want answers to. And I've been looking at those questions and seeing if I'm a candidate to answer those questions. I think in the future, when more users start to use the app, we will actually be able to create a little society in there where we can help each other out. So I think it's actually about getting the amount of users to the app, and then we will all be able to use it really sufficiently together. What we see in the world is that men are becoming a less dominant factor on leader positions, but still dominant today. And I think that should be changed. And I believe that an app like this will help women actually balance the market more in that sort of sense. So we can balance the market between men and women in leader positions, because I think definitely that women should be a bigger factor on these leader positions. I sincerely believe that, and I want to help change that. I believe that one woman's experience can be another woman's guidance. I believe that we all kind of somehow always end up in the same situations, career-wise or personally. And I think that we will always be able to help each other out in that sense. So why not meet with people that actually have that experience, so you have someone that can relate to you and help you get moving on from that point where you're stuck or where you need inspiration. So I think that's why it's important. Mostly I've come to realize that the problem is not that women doesn't have goals or dreams. They have wonderful and really big dreams, but the problem is how to get there, how to get to those dreams or goals. And so it's not about intelligence or academic knowledge. It's more about personal doubt or being afraid of actually just going for it. So that's kind of the advice I've given, and how to network, how to start up a LinkedIn profile, how to sort of get going while you're studying, and not just narrow it down and only be studying, but see that it's so much bigger than that, and you can actually have fun with this while studying as well. So that's kind of the advice I've been given, mostly personal advice from my own experience. I believe that the motivation I have, it's great, and I love it, and I thank myself every day for having this motivation, and that's why I actually want to use it to something. It's so natural for me to have this motivation. Sometimes when I go for a walk and listen to music, as I do sometimes, I actually kind of feel like I'm getting paralyzed in my legs from walking and listening to music and thinking about my future and what I want to do, what I want to change, how I want to become as a person. I actually feel it like in my whole body every day. And that's why I get up every day and go for it. And of course there are days that are hard. Of course there are days where you lose your motivation, but because those days where you have motivation, they are so great, you just keep on going every day. I've met a lot of inspiring women and men, but I think it's more important here to actually look at the personality that was inspiring for me. And I would actually say that one of my biggest inspirations is my father. He's always been motivating me throughout life, and he's always been so hardcore in his career, and he went from nothing to sort of big and great. And he not only is he a great father and take care of his children, but he also pursued a big career. And there's not a day where I'm not thankful for what he has done. And he's really outgoing, and he always gets up again, and I think that's really inspiring. And he's one of the factors why he's one of the reasons why I'm actually why I have this motivation and understanding doing this today.